Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to episode 49 of rbPlays, FTB's Revelation Pack. That's right, folks, we're back in our modded world. We're doing all the cool modded things. My name is rbPlays. I am your humble host on this side of the screen. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. I do hope that you would hit that subscribe button and get notified every time we put new content up on the channel. So last time we were together, we did a little bit of this stuff. We did some fusion crafting from Draconic. We got all of these leveled up to the Wyvern level, the second tier level. I've got one in here ready to go to the next level. But before I get into that, I want to work on Draconic power storage, right? So there's this thing. There's this guy in here. Yeah, okay, cancel that, and Draconic, and Energy Core. So there's this guy in here called the Energy Core, and he stores stupid amounts of energy, right? Like absolutely stupid amounts of energy. There's a couple of things that you need to make it happen, but once you have it set up, it does a really good job of storing and holding power for you, much better than say capacitors or anything like that. And as part of that, as part of getting that energy cube, or not energy cube, but energy sphere set up, I want to move my my solar array. I want to put it someplace a little bit less conspicuous. That's right. That's right. I said less conspicuous. I want to put it someplace a little bit less conspicuous. I want to get it upgraded to the next tier. Speaking of the next tier, how much palladium do I have? That's the next level for all of this. So palladium. I have 207 palladium crystals, which is a step in the right direction, but probably not quite enough to get the next tier of solar array. So I want to get this guy moved, and then in its place, we're going to go ahead and put in the energy sphere. And if you were paying attention in the last episode, I was like, one thing that I wanted this to kind of be our solar array, and it was going to look really cool. But the more I thought about it, I was like, boy, this thing is set up perfectly to hold a giant energy sphere, right? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and tear this guy apart, and then we're going to move him. I think I'm going to move him to, I could put him right down here, I guess. Like we could put him right down here, and that would be super baller. Whoops, we're falling down. Yeah, that would be super baller if we could put him kind of off to this side, or maybe even over here. I think I want to put him over here because this is kind of where that environmental tech stuff is going. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and get everything that I need to do this. I think all I need is this guy right here, and I'm going to go ahead and tear him apart, and I'll come back to you once I get him moved to his new, not so secure location. Groovy? Groovy. All right, so we're getting this guy put back in. And I think it says true, so it should be generating power now, yeah? He is definitely generating power. Sweet, sweet. All right, so that's put back together. We'll probably tweak his location a little bit when we kind of figure out how we want this terrain to look, but for right now, I think he's in good shape. This is still sending out solar array power. Yes, okay, cool. So that's working swimmingly. So now I guess we just need to kind of get some stuff auto-crafted. And so I was kind of looking at our Draconic materials that we have. So at Draconic, right? So we have 121 draconium blocks. We have 1,000 draconium ingots. Those two are linked to each other because, as you can see, if I take half of the draconium blocks, we take out half of the draconium ingots because these are in a storage drawer. So I'm not sure exactly what tier we're going to be able to make. I think we can make a tier 4. I think we can make a tier 4 energy sphere from Draconic Evolution. So what I want to do first is I want to, at Draconic, every time you get out of here, it loses your place. So in order to do the Draconic, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need some energy pylons. You're going to need at least 2. You're going to need one for input and one for output of power into the system. You're going to need core stabilizers. You're going to need at least 4 of those. You need one on each of the axes around the equator, essentially, of the sphere. And then you're going to need a whole bunch of draconium blocks and a whole bunch of redstone blocks and maybe even some awakened draconium, depending on what tier you're going to have. So first and foremost, I want to get 4 of these. So tier 4, the tier 4 energy sphere is I think is going to be the maximum that we're going to be able to build right now, just based on the materials that we have. I did turn the turtles loose in the mining dimensions, so we should be getting more of that material coming in relatively short order. But let's go ahead and get him started on these. That should only take a second to craft. Yep, there's those. And then, so that gives us 119 draconium blocks. How many of those did it need to? So it needs 4 per. So we used what? We used 16 of those. Okay, that's cool. That should be fine. And then, in order to make the tier 4, so I don't. Okay, that's fine. In order to make the tier 4, we need to get 54 draconium blocks, 26 redstone blocks. We might be able to make this. Like, if we do that, if we make 32 more stabilizers, STABIL, stabilizer, if we make 32 more of those, how much will that put a dent? It takes 128 of our draconium. If we take out 128 draconium, what will that leave us? Draconium, that should be fine, right? That should be fine. 128. Yeah, we might be able to go, yeah, you know what? I think we can do this. So let's go ahead and make, whoops, I got out of there again. Dang it. Stabilizer. Let's make 32 more of these, because you need 36. So 32 more, right? Yeah, let's start it. While that's crafting, let's figure out what we need for this. So tier 5 is 90 draconium blocks and 80 redstone blocks. So draconium, yeah, we're using a bunch. So that's 20. So that's 84, 94. That's 90 right there, and that was how many I needed, right? So the tier 5 is 90 draconium blocks, and then redstone blocks. That was like 30, wasn't it? Tier 5, 80. Okay, so I just need another half a stack of that, right? Or not half. So that's 80 there. Okay, so that's cool there. That's where we want that to be. We're also going to need to have, what is it called? The Draconic Wrench at Draconic. I think we need the Draconic Wrench. This guy right here, the Crystal Binder. Well, maybe we don't need the Crystal Binder just yet. We will need these energy. We will need these if we get into the energy crystals, which we probably will get into energy crystals at some point. But I've got another plan for right now, because several of you made some comments. One comment in particular was using Flux Networks around the base because they're basically lossless. So, I mean, there's a little bit of loss there. And then the other thing that they were talking about was cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which is a possibility too. But I have some questions about all that, and maybe you guys can answer them for me. But how are we doing on these stabilizers now? So stabilizers, 32, 36. Hey, that's all of them. Cool. And then the other thing that we need is a core. That would be energy core stabilizer. No, not that one. What is it called? What's it called? We need a core stabilizer. No, we need an energy core. That's what it was. We need an energy core. So core, I said we need an energy core. Don't you do that to me, mister. Did I not do the pattern for the core? Let's see. So energy core. Energy core. Is that it? That's it. Is that it? Is that really what I want? I think that's the right thing. Yeah. One energy core. That's the thing. So I guess we're gonna have to. I don't really want to set up a pattern for that, because I don't think we really need a pattern for that, right? Core stabilizer, core. So we need a Wyvern core. So let's make one of those. Wyvern core, craft, yes please, start and go. And then energy core. We need some Wyvern energy. So that's 4. That was 4 of those? 2 of those. So we need 2 of those. So we need a couple more of these Draconic cores. Yeah, so let's make a couple of Draconic cores. 2 of you, if you'd be so kind. 1, 2, start, go. And then we should be able to do an energy core, right? There's no sense in making a pattern for this because this is the only one we're ever going to need, unless we decide we want to put in another energy sphere someplace else. And I really don't think that's gonna. I really don't think that's gonna happen. So there's that. But these, yeah, 1 and 2, and you, and there it is. Sweet. Okay. So now, getting this thing built, the way that the book reads, it says that your stabilizers need to be within 16 blocks. I think it says it right here. I think it says it here. Yeah, within 16 blocks. So if you're using 1 to 4 cores, placing 4 stabilizers around the core will within 16 blocks. Okay, so up here we're gonna need, we're gonna need some blocks. Let's get some blocks. 16 blocks to be exact. So dirt, yes, dirt, please. You and you, right? So if I take and put you right about, you can't land. If you're flying, you can't land on that, which is funky. So if I take you and do this, I just go there, and there, and there, and then go here, right? That'll be our center point. So give me some tools here. Give me this back, please. Thank you. And give me this back, and this back, and this back. And then if we go, whoops, apparently I can't do that. Apparently I can't break that. I don't want to break that torch. And then if I just do this, this will mark the place where we can put the center of our energy core, right? Our energy sphere. So that's that. And then if we put this guy right in the middle, like a so, is that right? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, this is annoying. This isn't annoying at all. No, not at all. I suppose I could be using a better tool for this, couldn't I? You know what? We are going to use a better tool for this because this is monotonous. I hate this. Yes, you please. And dig. That's much better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Okay. So now we can come out 16 blocks in each direction from here, right? And that's where we're going to put our stabilizer cores. So let's go here. Nope. Here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we should be able to do that and then do this. There we go. And I need to do that 3 more times. So let me go ahead and do that off camera a little bit and I'll come right back to you. So apparently when it says within 16 blocks, it really does mean within 16 blocks. So I made this, 16 blocks out and it said it couldn't find it. So I had to actually move it 2 blocks in closer to the core on all of these before it would find it. But now this should be the last one. So let's get these back in like this and get these in like this and come down here like this and do these. And here we go. Okay, so now we should be good. So now we should just be able to break that and then come in here and we should be able to build this guy. And then we should be able to set up getting power into it because that is what it's all about, right? So to start with, the first thing that we need to do, actually, if we do this, tier up, So we want the tier 5. Tier 5. And then we can do the build guide. Yeah, baby. Oh, and it has a layer down. It has a layer down feature. Layer in. Layer 1. Aha! So this will tell you what each of the layers is supposed to be. So like it looks like we're supposed to start with redstone. So yep. Go there and there and there. There. And there. There, right? And then if we do layer 2, right? Shows us everything we need there, so that's cool. I do like the build guide that that Draconic gives you. It's a little bit janky, right? It's difficult to make sure that you have all of the blocks in the right place sometimes, but like see how the clouds are messing with it, or if you get in too close sometimes. Well, actually, it doesn't. It's showing up a little bit better than it used to, so maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Maybe they fixed it, but this will take care of all of this, and then this, and then that, and then that, and then down here, and it looks like we probably have like one more layer of this to go. So let's zoom in on this one more time. Layer 3. Yeah, look at all that. Oh, redstone. Okay, so redstone, redstone, redstone. Yeah, okay, so we got to do redstone all the way around it, essentially, is what it's telling me, it looks like, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, let me place these last blocks, and I'll come back to you when we're ready to turn it online, okay? All right. All right, so these are the last couple of blocks. Put a couple there like that, and a couple there like that, and there like that, and you, and that should be everything, right? Everything's good down there, everything's good down there, yeah? All right. So now, layer 5, there is no layer 5 because, well, we're at the top layer of what it is, so activate. Ooh, we got beams. And hey, we got ourselves a gigantic energy cube. How about that? So that's cool, right? That's awesome. And it lights up the night sky like crazy. What's it look like from down here over on top of the mob farm, maybe? Let's take a look. Have a look-see. Oh, yeah, that's going to look sweet. And once this thing gets a little bit bigger, we might have to actually move it down a little bit. Or we can make this a little bit bigger to kind of hold it in place. We'll see. Yeah, you know what? If we take and bring these out to about here, out to even with the stabilizer cores, then we can bring it down, and they can kind of rest on top of it, right? We can pull all this cobblestone out, and it can rest on these 4 arms, and that would look sweet. I think that would look sweet. Okay, so now the next thing that we need is we need a way to input power into it and out of it. So we need to get the next things that we need to get are these little guys right here, which are energy pylons. So energy pylons are a piece of glass and an energy pylon. So let's take a look at that. So pylon, I think I made a pattern for these. I did. So we need 2 of you. Yes, please. And that's easy enough. So give me 2 of those. And a couple of pieces of glass. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Thanks so much. You, and you. Okay, cool. And then these, the way that these work now is apparently they can go anywhere that you want them to go outside of the sphere, just depending on their y-axis, on their y elevation, then that determines where you put the glass. So like if the energy core or if the energy pylon is below the center line of the energy sphere, then the glass goes above it. If you're above the center line of the energy sphere, then the glass goes below the pylon. So that being the case, how am I gonna, I guess I could, you know what I could do? I could just do something like this. Could I just do something like this? Could I just put you maybe here? Yeah, I could probably just put you here and do that. Yeah. Cool. And then do the same thing over here. Yeah, right here. And do that. Okay, and then this one here, it looks like it's putting energy in, so we're going to want one that takes energy and pulls it out, right? I think you shift click. Don't. Yeah, there it is. So that's taking energy out of the sphere. That one should be putting energy in the sphere. So now we need to set something up that's actually going to put power into this thing, right? So I got an idea on that too. Let's go down here for a second. Specifically, let's go to our Wither Skeleton farm, because that's where our crafting stuff is at. I don't know why I put it all down here, but hey, you know, it is what it is. And I want to do Flux Networks, but I have questions about Flux Networks, right? So let's take a look at something here at Flux Networks. We have 172 flux. It says you obtain this by throwing redstone into fire or lava. That doesn't work. If you throw redstone into fire or lava, just throw it in there, it will eat it up. It'll just destroy it. You won't get any flux back for it. So that doesn't work. I think I saw that Direwolf did something with this early in his series, but I can't find the episode where he did it, where he was actually able to craft it. So perhaps you guys know a little bit about that. I think we have enough that we can make do with what we're trying to accomplish for today, but I'm not sure that we'll have enough to go very far into Flux Networks going forward. So that being the case, let's take a look at what we need. So we need a Flux block. We're gonna need a Flux Controller. So in order to get a Flux Controller, we have to have Flux blocks, we have to have Flux, and we have to have Flux cores. That's pricey. That's expensive, right? Because each one of those Flux blocks is going to be probably 9, right? Probably 9 pieces of Flux. No, it's 5 plus a Flux core. So the next thing that we need to know how to make is a Flux core. So let's go ahead and make that. I do know how to make. Make that. I do know how to make Eyes of Ender, right? Eye of Ender. I do. Good. Okay. So that's not a problem. So at Flux Network, once you've got the core, the controller, and then the only thing I think you need are the Flux plugs and the Flux points. Plugs put energy into the Flux Network. Points pull energy out. So we need one of these, and we need one of these. So let's go ahead and get that going right there. Okay, cool. So now if we come in here and do this with our auto crafting, we should be able to put one of you there, and one of you there, and one of you there, and one of you there. And I think we're in good shape. I think we should be able to do this now. So Flux Controller, let's make one of those missing Flux blocks. You don't know how to make Flux blocks. Okay. How could I have forgotten something so simple? That's easy peasy. Flux block. That would be this guy. So that's that, and then that's that, and then that's that. So now we'll put you over here, and that should fix that up nicely. We'll put you down there. Okay, cool. Now let's try it. So Flux Controller make, please. Yes. Now the Flux Controller, as far as I know, can go anywhere on the system. It can go anywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be this this weird random place. I don't know that you even have to hook anything up to it. That ate up about 50. That ate up about 50 of our flux. So anyway, let's do a flux point. Cool. And let's do a flux plug. So a flux plug. Start. And there's that. Okay. So now let's go back upstairs to home. Yes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Back up to home, and if we put this, I don't know, if we put this in here, perhaps? Like if I just put you here, can I just do that? And select a network, no networks available, create a new network, rbPlays network. I like it. And is there any things? Oh, I gotta create the network first. So access setting private, allow conversion true, blah 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 blah. Check, create, go. Okay, so now there is my network, and I want to set it up. Oh yeah, you can have it set up so it'll automatically charge stuff in my inventory. Oh baby. So yeah, that's a plus. That's a plus. We'll be able to charge that guy up. That's cool. I forgot about that. Energy network connections, blah, 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 blah. So now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to go... We should be able to go out here to this. I'm going to get rid of... this to start with. Get rid of that. And then we're going to... So the Flux Plug puts energy into the network, right? Yeah. So put you there. Make sure there's no mobs. Any mobs? Don't see any mobs. Okay. So we're going to put you onto... Oh, you know what we should probably do? We should probably set up a couple of different networks, right? I think we can do that all from right here. So create a network. Create a new network. We're going to call this Power Gen. Power Gen. Go? Yeah, okay. So now we're going to set you onto the Power Gen network, okay? Power Gen is going to put energy into our dude up there, right? So you should have the ability to do power. We're not gonna enable a limit, right? We're just gonna let it go. And then up here, we should be able to take and put this flux point and set it up over here, right? If I do this, if I put it here, can I put it here? I think I can put it here. So flux point. Yep. And we want this to be on the Power Gen network. And we want this to have no limit. And he should be sending energy. He is sending all kinds of energy into our sphere, yeah? And he is gaining power like a banshee. I love it. He's gaining 24,000 RF a tick. So if there was any question about how much that solar array is producing, that question has been answered. We're producing 24,000 RF a tick. Well, now we're producing 17-ish, 18-ish. So a lot of it probably depends on on sunlight and all that. But hey, we're putting energy in. So now what we could do, if we wanted to, we could put another flux point over here, and we could put that on the rbPlays network, and then use a bunch of those all around the world to produce or to provide power to the things that we're trying to run. So like if we wanted to do that, so flux, we have 104 flux. So let's get a flux plug, adding energy to the network. Yes, so flux plug. Give me one of those. Yes, please. And then another flux point. We'll take one of those because what I would like to do is I would like to set this up now here to take power out of the energy sphere, right? So you are the flux plug, yes. We're going to set you up on the rbPlays network. We're not going to limit your withdrawal. And stop falling down, right? But since there's nothing on this network, he's not drawing any power yet, right? But if I come down here to, let's say, do I have a place that would be good to put power? I don't know why I've just picked up that rotten flesh, but hey, whatever. It's fine. Do I have a place that I can put this? Do I have another capacitor? Maybe. Capacitor. I do have a capacitor. He does not have any power in it, right? So if I take this capacitor and just set him in the middle of the floor like so and put this plug on it, or this point, and tell it, I want you to be part of the rbPlays network. Don't limit your power. No. Not getting power. Okay. Why is he not getting power? Let's take a look. I probably did something wrong up there at the sphere because, you know, I do that from time to time. It might have to click the side of this guy that you want to be a certain thing. No, he's fine. Input. He's not getting any energy from it though. He's putting a bunch of power in. No doubt about it. He's putting power in. You're a flux point. And you're a flux plug. You are a Flux Plug. Flux Plugs add power to the network, right? Plug. For adding energy to the Flux network. Yeah, so you should be working, right? You should be working. You're gaining power. I don't think you're doing anything with power, though. Yeah. I don't know. Hang on a second. Let's try to look at this guy again, because something ain't right. Yeah, he's definitely not getting any power. Unless, hold on, it might be this. That's output. Input. There it goes. I had it right. So now if we go back up here, you should see particles coming off of that, heading over towards that Flux plug. And it should be cool. Correct? Do we see the particles? Yeah, we totally see particles. Not very many, but we see particles. Or at least I did see particles. Yeah, I think it's working. I think it's working. You're climbing. He might be full now. He might be full. No, not quite. Not quite full. But he's getting there. He's gaining 1,000 RF a tick, which is awesome. And so that is, as they say, that. Folks, that's going to do it for today, I think. So we've got beginnings of a Flux network. We've got the Tier 5 energy sphere, which is totally cool. It's going to get nothing but bigger from there, and then we're going to make a bigger thing to hold it, and that's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Folks, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. The likes and subscriptions help out oh so immensely when it comes to those pesky YouTube search results. The other thing that helps out a lot is comments, so make sure you leave your comments right down here in the comment section below, and we'll chat about it. Leave your tips, your tricks, your pointers, your attaboys, your what in the world were you thinking, all that good stuff, and we'll talk about it in kind. More good stuff to come. I've got more good comments that we're going to implement into some of the upcoming episodes. Hope you're enjoying the series. I'm sure still enjoying creating it, even though we're almost 50 episodes in. I'm having a blast. But once again, folks, that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we will catch you on the flip side. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.